Hey, it's the Nerdy Sports Fan! We're talking football again, breaking down the NFL schedules, figuring out win-losses. It's a good time for this, considering most of the offseason's done, and most of us are all desperate to talk football still. Got a few weeks before that's going to matter on the record books, so let's dig into the schedule while we can. So we're going to start things off with the Buffalo Bills, because they're my hometown team, and I care about them more. So, going to their week one visit to the Jets, they're going to win. I think they're going to win handily. Adam Gase is in the first year of his regime. The Jets did not address their offensive line, which is what their biggest problem last year, and the Bills did address their offensive line. Otherwise, these teams are built pretty similarly, so I'm going to give the edge to the Bills against the Jets this year. At the Giants, staying in New Jersey, I don't know who'd want to do that, but, the NFL schedule really screwed the Bills there. But they're going to win against the Giants because the Giants are the Giants. If you paid attention to their off seasons the past few years, you understand the Giants have an absolute tire fire for a front office, and that trickles down to the team into a poor win-loss record. Going to their first home game for the Bengals, they're going to win because the Bengals are the Bengals. They have a first-year head coach, and they didn't do anything to address their absolutely awful defense in the offseason, so they're going to take it on the chin a lot, and the Bills are going to take advantage. Against the Patriots, at home, doesn't matter. The Patriots are going to win. As long as Tom Brady is still beating Father Time, which I'm pretty sure he's going to give old Granddad Time a loss this year again, they will beat the Bills and teams built similarly to the Bills pretty handily throughout the season. Going down to Tennessee, the Bills are going to get a win because Tennessee's quarterback was so hurt last year, they thought going out and getting Ryan Tannehill was a good idea. Let that sink in. Tennessee's going to have a really bad beginning of the season because of that, and they've got a good coach. They just don't have an answer at quarterback. They're going to take a lot of L's this year. Against the Dolphins at home after the bye week, they're going to win. The Dolphins are in their first year, and they have less figured out than the Jets do. The Bills have the advantage against the Jets, so where do you think I'm going here? They're going to beat the Dolphins easily. Going against the Eagles, they're going to lose. The Eagles are a more complete team. They're further along in their process. They went from winning the Super Bowl to having a disappointment last year, and they're going to be hungry again this year. Carson Wentz especially, because he's got to get out of old Foles' shadow. Now, against Washington, insert racist team name here, they're going to win. Because, Washington's got a revolving door at quarterback the past few seasons, and, their best player last year was Adrian Peterson, and one more year for a 30-year-old plus running back doesn't usually equal a good thing. At the Browns, they're going to lose. Baker Mayfield's going to have a fantastic year with that offensive staff they've surrounded him with, and at this point in their careers, Mayfield is just better than Josh Allen. So that's going to play out for a lot of people that way against Cleveland this year. At the Dolphins, they're going to win. Earlier in the year, the Dolphins might have had a chance with more of the weather on their side. Late in the year, when it's not as hot, a better team is going to beat them at home. And going versus the Broncos, they're going to get a win. These are very evenly matched teams, okay? Strong on defense, better on offense than they were last year. Better coaching, theoretically, than they had last year. Experience on the part of the Bills, just a better coach on the part of the Broncos. But I'm going to go the Vegas route and give Buffalo 3 points because they're at home. That's what pulls it out for them in this game. Now, at the Cowboys, they're going to lose. And this is where things start to get kind of crappy for the Bills fans on the schedule. Going on the road to Dallas against a team that's really going to be playoff bound this year, it's not going to bode well. And later on, they're going versus the Ravens. And the Ravens are going to sneak up on a lot of people this season. They're just built differently. Preparing for them is not going to be the same as other teams. And, it's going to sneak up on some people, including the Bills. Ravens win that one. At the Steelers, they're going to lose. Let's not overanalyze this. The Steelers are an overall better, more experienced team right now, and this is going to happen to a young team. At the Patriots, they're going to lose again because, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick not losing to young quarterbacks. Josh Allen's still a bit young to dissect a defense like that. And against the Jets at home, they're going to finish the season on a high note with a W because, again, the Jets just aren't as good as the Bills at filling their holes in the offseason, apparently. So if you're paying attention, that means the Bills are going to go 9-7 this year. That's a huge upgrade from last year, but unlike the year previous, it's not going to be enough to get them into the playoffs.